What's up, YouTube? It's Bianca J, and I'm back with another word. And so the Lord have sent me here today, you guys, to deliver the good news, right? And so to the person or persons who this word is for, right? You have been waiting for a long time for for the overflow, right? To receive your inheritance, right? And so for some of you all, you may have been waiting for a promise since you were a child, or you may have been in a place of poverty since you were a child, or things that you have just been believing God for since your childhood, right? These can be things that the enemy has stolen from you uh during a course of your lifetime, right? These are just different things that God had for you that the enemy just kept stealing, right? And so the Lord has sent me here today to let you know that is no more, right? The Lord is pulling his people up out of poverty. For those of us who have experienced lack, right? Okay, and so for some of you all, it may just have been just a hard season. For some of you all, it could have just been a hard life, right? But whomever this word is intended for, the Lord is saying that you're about to receive your inheritance, right? It's about to be a outpour, right? The sun is pouring out an outpour, right? These are blessings that have been stored up in heaven for such a long time. These are things that the enemy has stolen from you, and the Lord is giving it back to you, right? And so the Lord also wanted me to let you guys know that be careful who you connect yourself to in this season, right? Because some people can be blessed based off of being connected to you, right? And so what the Lord has for you is for you, right? And so those people weren't with you during those hard seasons. Those people weren't with you when you were crying out to the Lord, asking the Lord to set you free, asking the Lord to deliver you. Those people weren't with you when you were fasting and you were warring in the spirit, right? And so the Lord wants you to know, be careful who you connect yourself to in this season, because those people can profit off of your blessing, right? And what God has for you is for you. Just like you had to come to God and you had to do the work and you had to break the generational curses and you had to go and fight for your children and you had to go fight for your bloodline, just like how you showed up for the job, right? You were a willing vessel for the Lord and you showed up every time, right? And so the Lord is saying this is your inheritance for all of those things, right? The Lord is opening up and pouring out an outpour on his people, right? His children who have been obedient, and so you may not have been, perfect in your walk, but you have been faithful in your walk, right? You didn't turn your back on the Lord, right? You didn't leave him and go another direction, right? You stood on what the Lord has spoken to you, right? And you kept moving forward. And so to whom this word is for, the Lord is doing it for you, right? This will be a overflow. And again, be careful who you connect yourself to, right? Who you have surrounded around you, because some people aren't who they portray themselves to be, right? Like, and this word comes from a dream. Like, I can see in a dream, it was a young boy, right? Well, not a young boy, he was like a teenager, and so he had like multiple piggy banks, right? Multiple piggy banks. And so when I asked him, like, where did you get all these banks from? And he said, oh, they have been stored up in my room on the stand, right? On the stand. That means these were things that were held up, right? These are blessings that have been held up. This inheritance has been held up since you were younger, right? He said they had been up there on his stand. And so he was breaking down these 3 piggy banks, and all these coins just started falling. I was just like a waterfall of coins, quarters, 50-cent pieces, dollars. Like, it was just a outpour of just so much change that was coming out of these piggy banks. And it was 3 piggy banks, right? Okay, and so we know what 3 represents, the Trinity too, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But these are blessings that heaven is pouring out, right? And so we know God being the Father is bringing these things to pass. This is an inheritance sent by God. And so the Lord, also in a dream, while the Lord keeps stressing for me to tell you guys to be careful who you connect yourself to, because in this dream, I could also see that there was a woman, right? And this woman had on a black shirt. And so she was just waiting at the bottom of the stairs. And so the teenage boy who had the 3 piggy banks who were pouring out all the money, right? He stood at the top of the steps, and it was just pouring and pouring and pouring. So much change, so much money, right? It was just pouring, just an overflow of it. It was so much that you couldn't even scoop it all up, right? And so it was a lady at the bottom of the steps, and she was like I said, she had on a black shirt, and she kept trying to steal some of the change. And I remember saying, that's not for you. No, this ain't for you. And so when I looked over there, she might have had maybe 6 coins that she had stole out of like all of those coins, right? But see, she was blessed because she was there, right? The connection, because she was there. And so she had on a black shirt. Those blessings weren't meant for her, but because she was connected, because the connection was there, she was able to receive some of that outpour. And I remember like taking some of the change back for her. I'm like, no, this isn't for you. Like this is not for you. Like this blessing doesn't have you included in it. Like give it back. I was taking it back from her. Like, no, this isn't for you. And so she ended up with like 6 coins, and it was just like, the bare minimum compared to what was being poured out. But my point is, be careful who you connect yourself to in this season, because this is the moment where the Lord is pouring out blessings so big. This is the moment where the Lord is about to fill your cup up with overflow. This is the moment where you receive your inheritance. And just like that lady who I knew that blessing wasn't for, there's going to be people that are going to try to connect themselves to you to receive some of your blessing, and it's not for them. It wasn't meant for them. It was meant for you. It was meant for your children. It was meant for you and whom God has assigned to you, right? Whether that be, your it might not even be your entire bloodline. It may just be you and your children, or it may just be your entire bloodline, or it may just be your household. The Lord will let you know who is able to receive some of this inheritance, but this is for you. And He'll let you know whom you are able to bless and whom you are not. So take this word back to the Lord and let the Lord confirm this word to you. Allow the Lord to minister to you more. And until my next one, you guys, stay focused and be blessed. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.